Peace, welcome. My name is Clarissa, and I'll be guiding you through your practice today. All you're going to need is yourself, so when you're ready, go ahead and find a comfortable seat. Sit upright if you can, maybe roll your shoulders down the back a few times, shift your physical body in any way that feels good for you. If it feels safe, go ahead and close your eyes. If that's not available, just soften the gaze. Take a few moments to settle in here. Slowing down and exploring your relationship with stillness right now. Taking a few conscious breaths, not changing the breath just yet. Simply noticing, witnessing, observing what you notice about your immediate environment, observing any sensations you're experiencing in your body. Taking inventory and checking in. Where are you now? Mentally, physically, emotionally. What's here? And we don't have to change anything. We don't have to fix. Instead, what if we were curious and we approached our practice with curiosity, with a willingness to explore, to dive deep, and to be in connection with ourselves. Let's take a deep breath together. Inhale. And exhale. Again, full breath in. And exhale out. One more like this. Inhale. Exhale, release. Return back to a natural breath. And take a moment to set an intention for your practice. Why is it that you're showing up for yourself in this way today? What are you hoping to cultivate? How would you like to feel? In whatever way that serves you, you can go ahead and set that intention and imagine that you're planting it like a seed. And that your breath and the movement and this time serves as water that will nourish and nurture this seed that you're planting. We'll take one more breath together in. And out. When you're ready, you can come off of your seat onto your hands and knees. We'll meet in a tabletop position. And I have some blocks here with me, but if you don't have them at home, that's perfectly fine. Find a tabletop position and just kind of move in any way that feels good for you. So think of moving intuitively here. There's no right or wrong. It's really just an opportunity for you to start to notice what you notice in your body. How does your body want to move? Where does it want to go? Allow your inner guidance system to be in the driver's seat here. So that it's guiding you to what you need most, to what feels most authentic to you. Go ahead and finish 1 or 2 more rounds of this natural, intuitive movement. And then we'll meet with a neutral spine and tabletop position. We'll take a few rounds of cat-cow. Tuck all your toes under for today. So you might even need to crawl your toes in closer to your knees so you can stretch out the toes, including the pinky. Draw your belly in and up. Spread your fingertips nice and well. Go ahead and drop the belly down towards the floor. Arch the spine. Pull your chest forward. Maybe even lift your chin. This is cow pose. As you exhale, round into the back body, upper back, mid back, low back. Maybe you tuck your tailbone down and you draw the belly in and up for cat. You have about 5 rounds like this. Go at a pace that feels useful for you. Arching and rounding the spine. And letting your breath guide each and every movement, each and every transition. And starting to link our movement with the breath here. Let's take 1 more round. And then neutralize the spine in that tabletop position. Come onto your fingertips so your palms of the hands are lifted up off of the floor. You might find that you can lengthen the spine a little bit more here. Inhale, reach your right arm towards the ceiling and look towards your right hand and take a big breath in, lengthen. As you exhale, thread the needle, right cheek, right shoulder blade comes down onto the mat. Think of rolling onto the inside of the right shoulder blade. 3 breaths in. And out. You're twisting from above the navel, so you're engaging in your core. And notice if your toes start to just kind of relax, I would say. Can you keep tucking them in? Having an effort here. Take an inhale. And exhale. You're going to press into the left fingers or palm. Come all the way up as you inhale. And then right fingertips come down onto the mat, underneath your shoulder. Inhale, left arm reaches up. You look towards the left hand. You lengthen through the spine here. Take 1 more breath in, and then exhale, thread the needle. Left cheek, left shoulder blade comes down onto the mat. And you're thinking of rotating your chest towards the right, towards the ceiling. So you're really pressing into that left hand. Inhale. Exhale, 2. 1 more breath in. And a breath out. Go ahead and plant your right hand if that feels better. Open it up. Left arm reaches all the way back towards the ceiling. Left hand comes down onto the mat. Tabletop position. Tuck all of your toes under now if you lost that grip. Bear pose. So it's a hovering tabletop. Lift your knees an inch up off of the mat. Draw your belly in and up. Notice if you're dumping the weight into your hands and your shoulders, can you distribute the weight into your legs as well? Shoulders away from ears. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tilt your tailbone up towards the ceiling and then send your hips back. Downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet here. You might have to adjust the stance and walk your feet a little further back, so there's enough space between your wrist and your toes. Bend your knees, send your hips further back in space, and then inhale, lift your heels so that you're on the balls of your feet, and you can keep the knees bent but start to drive the heels down. It's okay if they don't touch. 2 more times. Bend the knees, lift your heels up. Breathe in. As you exhale, send your hips back and your heels draw down. One more. Bend your knees, lift your heels, breathe in. Exhale, send the heels back. Inhale, roll up one vertebra at a time. You can take your time so you can notice the subtlety of how you're shifting and waving forward. Your shoulders come out from your ears when you find the high plank. Drive your heels back. Take a full breath in. You're gonna lower for a count of 5. In one motion if it's available, or you lower your knees. 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down onto your belly. Hands come out onto whatever the surface is outside of your mat. Go ahead and start to lift your chin, your chest, your ribs. We're finding an oscillating cobra. Pull your chest forward as you lower down. And so 3 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lengthen, then lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lengthen, then lower. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, lengthen, then lower. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes under. Hug your elbows in. Inhale, high plank pose as you press up. Tilt your tailbone back and send the hips back. Downward facing dog. Maybe you pedal out the feet or you find stillness. Reset on the breath in. And a breath out. Go ahead now and spin your heels towards the left and your toes towards the right. So the left outer edge of your foot and the inner arch of your right foot are pressing down onto the mat. Bend your knees and send your glutes back in space. You want to feel this in your right side body. Take a full breath here and a full breath out. And now shift nice and long so you straighten the legs, your shoulders go over the wrists, and maybe come onto the right fingertips. Or if you're ready, you lift the right arm up towards the ceiling. You're in a side plank, full breath here. Look down first, right hand comes down. You bend your knees, you send your hips back, and then you square off the hips so you're back in that downward facing dog. Other side, spin the heels over towards the right, toes to the left. Bend your knees as if you're trying to send your glutes towards your heels. Press the mat away from you with your hands. You're breathing into the left side body. Full breath in and a breath out. And shift forward into a side plank variation, and then maybe you come onto left fingertips, or if you're ready, left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. You get nice and long, take a full breath in. You exhale, you look down, you plant the left hand down. You bend your knees, send your hips back towards the heels, and then you pivot back into a high plank, into a downward facing dog, High plank now, inhale, roll forward. As you exhale, lower down in one motion to the belly. Cobra on the breath in, lift your chin, your chest, your ribs. And as you exhale, you come all the way back down. Press up, hands or knees, or you come back into that high push-up position as you inhale, press up. Exhale, send your hips back in space. Look towards your hands. Step, hop, or float to the top of the mat. However, it's going to feel good. You're coming to a malasana squat pose. So your feet come outside of your hands. Heels come in, toes come out. Maybe you move around a bit, especially if this is the first time you're moving today. Use your arms to press your knees away from you. Find your breath in. And a breath out. Go ahead and release your hands, come down onto the mat. Heel toe your feet so that they're still hip width distance, but they're parallel. You can bend your knees a lot to rest your belly, your ribs on your thighs here. Let your head go. 3 breaths here, in and out. Your hands can be behind your legs if you'd like to support yourself in this way. But make contact with something. One more. Inhale here. And exhale. Go ahead and start to release your hands if they were somewhere on your legs and let them dangle. Make sure you're driving into your heels as much as your toes as you start to pull your belly in and up and roll up one vertebra at a time. Your head is going to be the last thing to lift. You might lift your shoulders up towards your ears once you come to stand and then roll them down onto the back. Maybe one or a few times. Let yourself land here in this mountain pose. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And as you inhale, reach your arms come up and overhead like you're trying to touch the ceiling. As you exhale, bend your knees, send your hips back. You're hinging from your hips until you no longer can hinge. Release your hands, come down and fold. Do your best not to dangle here. Inhale, extend your spine, lengthen. Exhale, put your hands down onto the floor. Lift your left foot up off of the mat and bring your heel in towards the glute. As you inhale, extend your right leg all the way back. And then lightly plant your left toes down onto the mat and then lower your left knee down. You're gonna come into a low lunge position. Inhale, reach your arms, come up, and maybe you follow your hands with your gaze. As you exhale, release the hands, come down and find a half split. Send your hips back, lift the front toes. Inhale, plant your right foot down onto the mat and then lift your left knee. High lunge, arms come all the way up and overhead. As you exhale, hinge forward at a 45-degree angle. You're in a power lunge. Inhale, chair pose, left foot meets the right. As you exhale, straighten through your legs, hands to prayer at your heart. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. As you exhale, hinge and fold over your legs. Inhale, extend your spine, lengthen nice and long. Don't be afraid to walk your fingertips out as you exhale, round and fold. Lift your right foot up off of the floor. Heel comes into the glute. As you inhale, you extend it all the way back. Bend the left knee, lower the right toes down. Right knee lowers, low lunge. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, half split, hands come down, send your hips back, lift the front toes any amount. High lunge, inhale, plant left foot, lift right knee. Hips stay low as you reach the arms, come up and overhead. Power lunge as you hinge forward, 45 degrees. Chair pose, inhale, right foot meets the left. As you exhale, straighten through the legs, hands at prayer. We're gonna do that a few times. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, extend the spine, lengthen. Exhale, left foot lifts, right leg extends, inhale. As you exhale, you lower the toes and the knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Open up the front body, drive your hips forward. Exhale, half split or a pyramid variation. You fold over the front leg and you lift the back knee. High lunge as you inhale, shift forward, arms come up. As you exhale, power lunge as you hinge forward. Use your arms to counterbalance. Chair pose as you inhale. Exhale, straighten through the legs, hands to prayer. Arms come up, breathe in. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lift the right foot up. Inhale, right foot extends back, lower toes down. As you exhale, right knee lowers. Low lunge, breathe in. Half split or pyramid variation as you breathe out. High lunge, inhale. Arms can stay low should you need. Exhale, power lunge, hinging forward. Chair pose, inhale, knees stay bent. Exhale, hands to prayer, heart center. One last time, inhale. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, left leg lifts. Inhale, step back, lower knee. On the exhale, arms reach up as you breathe in. Pyramid or half split as you breathe out. High lunge, breath in. Power lunge as you breathe out. And chair pose, breathe in. Listen for change. Straighten through the front leg, one-legged Tadasana as you bring the left knee in towards your chest. Take a moment to pause, find balance. Go ahead and open up your left knee out towards the left. Using your hand, or you don't, see if you can place the foot above or below the kneecap. Tree pose. And challenging your balance here. Full breath in. And full breath out. Close the rotation by bringing your left knee back towards the top of the mat. And then plant the left foot down, mountain pose Tadasana, right into the other side. Arms reach up, breathe in. As you exhale, hinge from the hips and then fold. Lengthen through the spine as you inhale. Exhale is where you lift the right foot, send the right leg back all the way on the breath in. Let the toes land and the right knee lowers as you exhale, low lunge. Inhale. Keep your feet anchored into the mat as you find space in the front body. Exhale, release hands, half split or pyramid variation. High lunge, last one like this. Arms come up. As you exhale, you're hinging forward, reaching in the direction you're going, that power lunge. Chair pose as you breathe in. As you exhale, one-legged Tadasana, right leg lifts any amount. Rotate the right knee out towards the right. Notice the difference in that rotation. You can keep your foot here or place it above or below the kneecap using your hand, or you don't. Adjust your hands in any way that's going to be supportive of you exploring your balance here. 3 breaths in. Rotate the right knee back towards the top of the mat and then step the left foot down. Release the hands. Tadasana. Take a full breath in and a breath out. Make sure your feet are parallel. Finding a chair pose, bend your knees, send your hips back in space. Maybe you send your glutes a little bit further back than you think you can. You can reach your arms forward to counterbalance, or you can touch the ground. We're lowering down in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to lower down. Nice work. Go ahead and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. So figure 4 shape. You can bring that left foot as close or as far away as you need to feel this in your right glute. Same thing with your hands. You can bring them in as close to your hips so you can sit up, or as far as away as you need to create space. I just want you to feel this in your right glute. Make sure you're flexing through that right foot, and maybe you just floss it out from right to left. Unless you go somewhere like I just found, and that gives you the sensation that you need. And you can just pause there and breathe. 3 breaths. One more breath in. And a breath out. Come back to center. Uncross the right leg and then opposite side. Left ankle over your right. You might need to adjust it a little bit, or again, find that flossing before you find your sweet spot. You have 3 to 5 breaths depending on how long you're exploring. Take one last breath here. Stay for the breath out. Create space, uncross your legs. Keep both feet planted on the floor, maybe hip width distance. Drop your knees over to the right, like windshield wipers. And then come back up through center and then over towards the left. Once you come back to center, plant your feet firmly on the floor, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. You're gonna roll down onto your back one vertebra at a time. You can continue to reach the arms forward to create a counterbalance as you lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. And so once you find your way here, you can take any movement that you need to round out your practice. Or you can settle into stillness straight away and give yourself space to rest, to receive, to be. Go ahead and take a cleansing breath in. And a breath out. Let the breath be natural here. You're more than welcome to stay here and continue to rest. Or you can seal your practice and begin to transition into whatever's next. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for trusting me to guide you. Many blessings for all your moments. And until next time, peace.